Okay.
Okay, guys, live started.
All right. All right, guys, I want to welcome you to the Tr8de.ai call. Today, the focus is a little less talking on my end, a little more talking on your end. I would like those of you that are in the Tr8de.ai Telegram group, if you have some open-end questions, I would like you to type them into the chat. And our co-host will read those questions out and I'll answer them for you. If you do not ask questions, we've got a list of questions that we're going to be asking so we can make sure you guys can get these answers and questions out to your communities. Our goal also is to keep this clean, keep it focused on Tr8de.ai only. And keep it focused on that. So we're really not concerned with any other projects, even though we want all the other projects to succeed. The goal today is so that you guys understand Tr8de.ai and how it works. So what I'm going to do before I get started is we're going to play a brief video. I think it's awesome. EHEB and 8118 Capital put it together. I listened to it more than once, and it explains things a lot better than I can, and it's a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to mute myself and let Mari go ahead and play that video for you guys.
Wall Street types.
Exactly. Let's be honest. When you hear about automated trading with AI, your first thought might be, okay, that's way over my head.
Yeah, it sounds super complicated, right? Like something just for, Wall Street types.
Exactly. But what if there was a way for, well, regular folks to maybe get in on that action without needing a finance degree or becoming a coding whiz?
Well, that's pretty much the sweet spot Tr8de.ai seems to be aiming for. They're trying to take all that complexity out of using AI to trade crypto.
Kind of like acting as your guide through it all.
Precisely. A guide through what can feel like a really inaccessible landscape otherwise.
Okay, makes sense. So for this deep dive, we've looked at Tr8de.ai's own guides, their knowledge base, all their own materials.
Yep, straight from the source.
And our goal here is pretty simple, really. Break down what Tr8de.ai is all about in plain English.
So anyone can get it, right? Regardless of their tech background.
Exactly. Okay, let's just jump right in then. What is Tr8de.ai in simple terms?
Okay, so simply put, Tr8de.ai is a fully automated trading platform. It uses artificial intelligence, AI, to try and make profitable trades for you in the crypto market.
Fully automated. Okay.
And maybe the most important thing right off the bat for peace of mind, it's non-custodial.
Non-custodial. What does that actually mean for the average user?
It means Tr8de.ai doesn't actually hold your cryptocurrency. They can't access your funds directly.
Okay, so they connect to my existing account, like on Binance or Coinbase.
Exactly. You connect your own exchange account like Binance currently, and they say Coinbase is coming soon, and the AI trades within your account.
Gotcha. So they can't just disappear with my crypto. That's a big relief.
Absolutely. That non-custodial part is like a fundamental security feature here.
Good to know. Anything else about who's behind it?
Yeah, it's also worth knowing it was incubated by a firm called 8118 Capital. They're described as a global financial advisory firm.
Okay, so maybe bringing some traditional finance background into this crypto AI space.
Seems like it. Adds a layer of perhaps credibility or experience.
Right. So it's not just some black box AI doing its thing.
Yeah.
How does it actually decide what trades to make? Is it all algorithms?
Well, Tr8de.ai emphasizes a blend. They use these smart AI algorithms, obviously, but they also have oversight from actual human analysts.
Oh, interesting. Humans watching the AI.
Yeah, initially it's their core team doing the watching, but they've stated their goal is to eventually have 2 dedicated analysts keeping an eye on each trading pair.
So like a safety check, making sure the AI doesn't go off the rails in weird market conditions.
Exactly. That human touch is meant to ensure the strategies stay relevant and hopefully smart as markets shift.
Okay. And you mentioned something about how they charge. That sounded different.
Oh, yeah. The fee structure is definitely unique. It's a flat $1 fee per trade.
Per trade. Okay.
But, and this is the key part, only when the AI makes a trade that actually results in a profit for you.
Wait, really? So if a trade loses money, I don't pay them anything?
That's what they say. Their motto is literally no profit, no fee.
That definitely aligns their interests with the users, doesn't it? Unlike, platforms that charge fees regardless.
It certainly seems that way. Their success is directly tied to your profitable trades.
Okay, that sounds
Right.
pretty fair, actually. So let's get practical. How does this whole thing actually work if I, just want it to be easy?
Okay, think of it in a few steps. First, you need that account on an exchange they support. Right now, that's mainly Binance.
Got it. Have a Binance account. What next?
Then you essentially give Tr8de.ai permission to trade for you within that Binance account.
Permission. How? Does that mean giving them my password?
No, definitely not. You use something called API keys. Think of them like special digital permission slips.
API keys.
Yeah.
Okay, still sounds a bit techy. What's the crucial thing to understand about these permission slips?
The most important thing is what these keys allow Tr8de.ai to do, and crucially, what they don't allow. When you set them up specifically for Tr8de.ai, following their instructions, these keys should only grant permission for two things: seeing your account balance and making trades.
Okay, see balance, make trades. What can they not do?
They absolutely cannot be used to withdraw any of your funds. That's the critical safety feature.
Ah, I see. So Tr8de.ai can trade for me, but they can't take my crypto out of my Binance account.
Precisely. You're giving them the keys to, say, drive your car around the track, but definitely not the keys to the ignition or the title to sell it.
Okay, that's a really clear analogy. That makes sense.
Yeah, and to add another layer of security, you also do something called whitelisting specific IP addresses.
Whitelisting IPs. Sounds technical again.
It just means you tell your exchange only allow connections using these specific API keys if they come from these exact internet addresses, which Tr8de.ai provides.
Ah, like a digital gatekeeper. Only Tr8de.ai's official servers can talk to my account using those keys.
Exactly. It prevents someone else from somehow trying to use those keys, even if they got them.
Okay, security seems pretty layered then. What about getting started? Do I need a lot of money?
There's a minimum deposit into the Tr8de.ai system itself. You need to put in at least 30 of their credits.
That's how much is that?
It works out to about $30 USD for those 30 credits.
And those credits are what they take the $1 fee from.
Yes, exactly. Remember, they only deduct a credit, which costs about $1 when a trade made by the AI is successful and profitable.
So it's like topping up a little wallet just for their fees, and it only gets used when I actually make money.
That's a good way to think about it. Load up the fee wallet, and it only depletes on wins.
All right, so we know how it trades now, but what about the big question? Risk. How do they manage the risk of, losing money? Because trading always has risk.
Absolutely crucial point. And Tr8de.ai has several things in place here. First, you, the user, decide the maximum amount of your money that the AI can use in any single trade.
I set the limit.
Yes, you can set this anywhere from a minimum of $10 up to a maximum of $500 per trade.
Okay, so I control the bet size, basically.
Exactly. And on top of that, probably the most important, risk control. Every single trade has a strict, hard-coded limit on potential loss. It's a maximum of 10%.
10% maximum loss per trade, no matter what.
That's the rule they state. So let's make that concrete. If you decide, okay, Tr8de.ai, you can trade up to $100 at a time for me.
Yeah.
The absolute most you could possibly lose on any single one of those $100 trades is $10, even if the market crashes right after the trade is made.
Okay, that's reassuring. Could you give the examples they use?
Sure. If you allow a $500 trade amount, the maximum loss on that single trade is capped at $50.
Right.
If you set it to $250 per trade, the max loss is $25.
Okay.
And for that $100 trade amount, like we said, max loss is $10. It scales directly.
Got it. Do they recommend a specific amount to start with?
They do suggest that starting with a $250 trade amount seems to be a kind of sweet spot for their AI's performance based on their testing.
Okay, $250.
Right.
And do I need more money in my exchange account than just that $250?
Yes, that's important. They also recommend having an additional 50-60% of that trade amount available in your exchange account per bot you're running.
So if I run one bot at $250, I should probably have, another $125 to $150 sitting in my Binance account?
Roughly, yeah. The idea is to make sure the bot has enough capital, enough fuel to execute its strategy effectively without running dry if it needs to make several trades or manage positions.
Right, makes sense. No, the big disclaimer time, I assume.
Absolutely. And Tr8de.ai is very clear about this. Past performance, historical back testing, even their live testing results. None of it guarantees future outcomes.
So all the win rates and profit examples are just possibilities based on past data.
Exactly. They state their win rate targets and potential profit figures are based on looking back at historical data and what they've observed in live tests so far. But the market is unpredictable.
Okay, so manage expectations. Got it. What kind of potential outcomes do they talk about? Keeping that disclaimer firmly in mind.
They mentioned that their AI aims for a win rate of 60% or higher over time.
Aims for 60% wins.
Mm.
Okay.
And they give some simplified examples to illustrate what that might look like. Let's use that recommended $250 trade amount again.
Okay.
If the AI over, say, 30 trades in a month only wins about 40% of the time,
Yeah.
you might roughly break even, maybe a small loss, after accounting for the $1 fees on the wins.
Break even at 40%.
Yeah.
Okay. What about their target 60%?
If it hits that 60% win rate they're aiming for, again, with $250 trades over 30 trades, their example suggests you could potentially see a profit of around $375 for the month.
Okay, $375 potential profit at 60% wins. And what if it does worse?
They show that too. If the win rate dropped to, say, 30% over those 30 trades at $250.
Then you'd lose money.
Yes. Their example suggests a potential loss of roughly $187.50 in that scenario.
Right. So it really highlights that it's not a magic money button. It's a tool, there are risks, and the win rate is key.
Precisely. It's all about probabilities, risk management, and understanding that losses are definitely possible.
Okay. So for someone listening who's thinking, all right, maybe I'll give this a cautious look, what are the very first basic things they need to actually do?
The initial steps are fairly straightforward. First, you absolutely need an account with a crypto exchange that Tr8de.ai works with.
Which is mainly Binance right now.
Correct. Binance is the primary one available at the moment, though they say Coinbase and potentially others are planned.
Okay, step one, get a Binance account if you don't have one. Then what?
Then inside your Binance account settings, you need to create those secure API keys we talked about.
And be super careful with the permissions.
Yes, absolutely critical. When you create the keys, make sure you only grant read permission to see balances and enable spot and margin trading permission. Definitely do not enable withdrawals or transfers.
Okay, read and trade only. Got it. What else?
Well, one practical thing to know is how you buy those Tr8de.ai credits, the ones used for the $1 profit fee.
Right, the $30 minimum to start. Can I use my credit card?
No, not currently. They state that you can't directly buy credits with a regular debit or credit card right now.
Oh, so how do you buy them?
You need to purchase them using TRX, which is the cryptocurrency of the Tron network.
Okay, so I need to get some TRX first and then use that to buy the credits on the Tr8de.ai platform. Little extra step there.
It is an extra step involving crypto directly, yes. And lastly, actually signing up for Tr8de.ai itself.
Yeah.
As of now, during their beta testing phase, it's apparently by invitation only. You can sign up using your email or your Google account once you have access or an invite.
Okay, so need an invite for now, need a Binance account, need to create API keys carefully, and need some TRX crypto to buy credits. Got the basics.
That covers the main setup points.
Now, I also saw something mentioned about an affiliate or referral program. Can you give us the simple version of that?
Sure. It's basically a system where you can earn a little something if you introduce other people to Tr8de.ai.
How does it work?
If someone signs up using your unique referral link and then deposits funds to buy their Tr8de.ai credits,
Yes.
you earn a percentage of that deposit amount. Currently, they state it's 5%.
Okay, 5% of what my direct referrals deposit.
Yes, but it actually goes deeper. It extends down 3 levels. So you also earn that 5% on the deposits made by people your referrals bring in.
Oh, really? Level 2?
And even on the deposits from the people they referred down to level 3.
Huh. So it's kind of like a small network effect.
Exactly. They give an example calculation. Say you refer 10 people directly, and they refer some, and those refer some, making a total across the 3 levels.
Yeah.
If everyone involved deposited, say, $50 worth of credits, their example math suggests the original refer could potentially earn $125 from that network activity.
Interesting. So the more people who join and deposit credits through your referral chain down 3 levels, the more you could potentially earn from the program.
That's the structure they've outlined, yes.
Okay.
A way to incentivize users to spread the word.
Okay. Now let's circle back one more time to security, because that's always top of mind with crypto and money. We've hit the non-custodial part, and the API key limits hard.
Which are the most critical points, really.
But is there anything else the average person should feel confident about regarding safety when using a service like Tr8de.ai?
Well, reinforcing the API key aspect. Because they are execution-only keys, read and trade, trade. AI's ability to interact with your funds is fundamentally limited. They just can't initiate withdrawals.
Right. Limited permissions are key.
And crucially, you, the account holder on Binance or wherever, are always in control of those keys.
Meaning I could just switch them off.
Exactly. You can revoke or delete those API key permissions at any time directly from within your own exchange account interface. If you ever feel uncomfortable, you can cut off Tr8de.ai's access instantly.
Okay, that's good to know. User has the kill switch.
Yes. And another point that adds transparency. All the trading activity and any profits or losses generated by the AI, it all happens and is reflected live right there within your own exchange account.
So I don't have to log into Tr8de.ai to see my results. I can just look at my Binance balance and trade history?
Correct. There isn't some separate Tr8de.ai wallet holding your main trading funds. You see the results updating in real time in your familiar exchange environment.
That definitely makes it feel more grounded and transparent. You're seeing it where your money actually lives.
It provides that constant overview and reinforces that you retain control and visibility.
Okay, great. So let's try and sum this all up. For anyone listening who started out thinking, AI trading is too complex for me, what's the main takeaway message about Tr8de.ai?
I think the core idea they're pushing is accessibility. They're trying to make using AI for crypto trading something that everyday people can potentially use and understand without needing to be experts themselves.
Right. They handle the complicated AI stuff.
Exactly. They handle the algorithms, the automation, the trading execution, while ensuring you, the user, stay in control of your actual cryptocurrency through that non-custodial setup.
So, boiling it down for the average Joe or Jane, it uses AI to try and trade crypto for you. Big point. They can't directly access or withdraw your funds from your exchange account.
Crucial point, yes.
You only pay their $1 fee if a trade they make is profitable. No profit, no fee.
That's the deal they offer.
And there are built-in risk controls, like you setting the trade size and that hard 10% maximum loss limit on any single trade.
Correct. Those risk management features are key aspects they highlight.
Okay. It seems like they've tried to address some of the main fears people might have about automated trading.
It appears that way. And of course, for those listeners who do want to dive deeper into the specifics, the guides and knowledge base on Tr8de.ai site would offer more granular detail than we can cover here.
Right. So here's a final thought to leave you all with. Could tools like Tr8de.ai, these platforms aiming to make automated trading more accessible and maybe less intimidating, could they actually change how regular individuals approach financial markets?
That's interesting. Offering a way to participate, perhaps, without needing to dedicate years to becoming a trading expert themselves.
Yeah. Could this be a shift in how people interact with investing or trading in the digital age?
Yeah.
Definitely something to mull over.
Yeah.
Dorian?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Guys, I hope you liked it. I really like that audio. It gives a clear message of what Tr8de.ai is. Now, my goal today is to make this call about you and your questions. 8118 Capital, I must add, has made all this possible. Made some connections there, and they're the ones that incubated this, financed it. And it started with just a brief conversation about a year ago. And now we're here today with the product, and it launches in roughly 5 to 6 days. I will tell all of you that 8118 Capital and the CEO of Tr8de.ai aim to talk to all of you live within the next 3 or 4 days coming up. I will get that date for you guys, and you guys get to meet them personally. Okay, so what I'd like to do is answer some questions. This will be on YouTube, so we want to keep these questions clean. We want to keep them focused on Tr8de.ai and its solutions and or concerns, and so we can keep it live and transparent. And if I don't have the answers to those questions, we will get them. We will get the answer. But having these questions live and answering them is good, and it's something we'd like to do. So I'd like to open it up. And General Kev, if you can lead this portion of it so it stays organized and we keep it clean. Those of you that are in the Tr8de.ai Telegram group, it would be helpful if you typed your questions in the Telegram group and gave General Kev a chance to read those off. We'll get to those first if you do that. And those of you that want to ask a question live, that is fine as long as you keep it clean and keep it direct to Tr8de.ai questions. All right, General Kev, I'm going to pass it to you to lead us from here.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you, Dorian, for that podcast. That was great. That was full of information. That's the first time I've heard that one. Found it really interesting as well. Tons and tons of information in that podcast, and obviously, you know, there's a lot to absorb. So let's start with the first question. I've got a question in the chat box here in the Zoom call. It reads like this. Hi, great audio indeed. The question is this. Once the Binance Coinbase platforms and TRX for fees are in place, what are the main crypto coins will I need to have for the bot to trade for me?
That is an outstanding question. I wouldn't think of it in terms of the coins that you need to have. What you're going to think is, what pairs do I want to trade? Whether it be ETH, Ethereum, USDT, or Bitcoin, USDT, or XRP, USDT. You'll be thinking about the pairs that Binance and Coinbase regularly trade. And the back office system will have, as we go forward and the AI is tracking the numbers, you'll be able to pick the pairs that are having the most success. You guys will get to see them. So that is a great question. So it's not necessarily what you own in your wallet. It's just the pairs you're going to pick for the bot to trade.
That's right. And those pairs can be picked from the interface, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you have a choice. Just expanding on that question, Dorian, how many pairs is there to begin with? Because I know they're going to start with a minimum amount and they're going to expand as the platform, you know, evolves. But how many will there be to begin with on the 15th?
On the 15th, we'll have 4 bots available to start with for beta testing. So you can trade with 4 separate pairs for now in the beginning. Now on launch, it could be upwards to 8 to even 25 pairs. And I can tell you guys, you will be able to trade, attach the bot to Forex and stock trading and another trading platform. So the bot won't just be limited to crypto. It's just the starting part of our beta phase.
Awesome. Yeah. Got that, Dorian. Okay, so I'm going over to Telegram now. Adam Price, who's in the Zoom call, but he's posted the question in Telegram, which is absolutely fine. Anybody else with any questions, if you're in Telegram, please post them there. I can read them out live. Okay, Dorian, Adam has got a question for the Zoom. Does the software have stuff like trailing stop loss, ratchet staking? Can we really mess around with the settings, or is it just literally plug and play?
It is literally plug and play. My grandchildren will be able to use the bot once set up. It does have stop loss built in. The bot is catered to, it doesn't just make trades just for the sake of making trades. The bot's going to do a lot of testing to make sure the trade has the best chances of succeeding. For example, if the market is not moving and there's nothing to be done, the bot's just not going to make a trade. It's just not. If the market's moving a lot, it will make a lot of trades, depending on the movement of the market and the pairs that you're choosing. But that is a great question.
It is, because it can be quite daunting for anybody that's not used a trading bot before. They don't know what they're going into. They don't know what they're going to be looking at. So yes, if it's plug and play, that's going to be a simple process for members to get started with. That's great. And thank you for the question, Adam. Great question. Okay, staying with Telegram, we've got Jon Hakatan. The question for the Zoom is this, Dorian. Does it also have any copy trading? Just wondering.
We're not going to do any copy trading at this point. Right now, the AI, what we feel, it's looking at 1,000 different possibilities at once. And this is, think of it kind of like a child. The child's been born about 7, 8 months ago, and it's learning from its losses, it's learning from its wins, and every day that it's alive, it is learning and getting better. So we're not our market at present is not in copy trading. It's in the AI bot working with our professional traders at base and learning from the market as it stays alive, which is important. I can add, the AI does get excited when it does things right, and it gets emotional, just like we do. So it wants to win, it wants to do the right thing, it wants you to make money.
Okay, great question indeed. And just to clarify, that's actually David Frank has just put it in the Telegram group. Hi, David, and many thanks for that question. Okay, he said, understood. Thank you for your thorough explanation. Okay, so we've got another question from Dr. Jesse Burns in the Zoom chat. So, Dorian, can we make money by voting on a down market using the bot?
The bot will already take that into its fact. It will look at the market and it will participate in markets that are going down, and it will be participate in markets that are going bullish. So it can make money in a bear market, and it can make money in a bull market. The only thing the bot requires is movement.
Okay, so in effect, it's the bot's decision based on the all the information that it can accumulate together. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which is a vast amount more than what a human brain can calculate at the same time, I must admit.
My brain is limited, and I would get too emotional and make mistakes and lose money.
Absolutely. Okay, we've got Sarah in the Telegram group. The question for the Zoom is this: how often does the AI bot execute trades? That's a great question.
That is an amazing question. I would be thinking that too. On the average, the bot is doing, if you pick one bot is going to do about 30 successful trades in a 30-day period on the average. Now, it could do more, it could do less, but on the average, 30. Now, for example, if you pick two bots, some of you could have 60 successful trades on the average in a month, opposed to 30. If you choose four bots, you could have 120 successful trades. And obviously, the more bots you use, the more trades you have. I think it's going to give you numbers where it's a little safer even to have the more bots you use. But that is a very good question.
It is. That's actually answered my question, that, Dorian, because I was thinking, if it's based on 30, on average 30 trades per month, and a user uploads 60 USDT or TRX in this instance in order to activate 60 trades, would it automatically, on average, do those 60 trades within that first month? Is that how it works?
It will do that within the first 30 days. Yes, sir.
But that would be spread over two bots, not just the one, correct?
Not just the one. So we're assuming that people will use more than just one bot. They use the one bot, and it's doing, it's doing over 60% success rate as far as the trades. We're assuming that people are going to use more bots.
Okay, well, the way I see this is, and this is only my opinion, Dorian, I don't know how you see it, but it would work on the same principle as diversifying your portfolio, surely. If you're going to use two bots, you've got two chances at a better result. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, it actually lowers the risk factor. And the
Exactly,
more
yeah.
trades you do, the more profit potential that you have. So it lowers risk and profit potential goes up.
That to me makes sense. And you know me, I'm a fiddler, I'm a gadgeteer. I love getting into projects like this, into the mechanism of how they work and what the results are, and giving it different scenarios to play with in order to get the best results out of it. I can see we're going to have great fun with this over the next week or two, surely.
Yes.
Okay, there's no more questions in the chat box at the moment, but if anybody wants to ask any questions, please type them into the chat box in the Zoom call or on the Telegram group if you have any, and I'll read them out live. Okay, I've got 4 or 5 written down here, Dorian, that I can read out. These were from the other day. These I've been collecting over the last few days. Okay, we'll start with the first one. It sounds fairly basic, but we've just listened to a podcast that took about 15 minutes. Okay, there was so much information in that. And to be honest, that 15 minutes wasn't wasted because it gave so much detail. But this one's going to be compressing it even more if you can, Dorian. So the question is this: what makes Tr8de.ai different from other trading bots? So we're looking for the key features, just simple key features. What makes it different from other trading bots?
I that is a great question. And I had to ask myself that too. And to tell you what, 8118 Capital asked themselves that before they started incubating this product. But one of the main things is you you have control of your funds. You have self custody of your funds, and I would say that is the main thing. You don't have to worry about the bot uh, like taking your money or you having to ask Tr8de.ai to withdraw your money. Your funds are in your brokerage account that you control and you own, self custody. I would say that is huge. The other thing that I would say is different. Other bots that are similar to this, they have subscription fees, and they could be anywhere from 100 to 500, even $1,000 a month. I think our bot is unique to them in the sense that you only pay when you win and Tr8de.ai wins. So the only time you pay the fee is when the bot wins. And when the bot wins, you win. So it's a win-win situation where you win, the bot's winning, everybody's winning, the affiliate's winning. So you win while you win when you're winning. Losing trades, nobody wins. You lose, the bot loses, it's upset. 8118 Capital is upset. Tr8de.ai is upset. It's not that they're upset, it's just nobody wins. So you win when we win, when everybody wins. And I think that is powerful.
It is very, very much so. Yeah. Okay.
I would say the other thing that I really like about this bot opposed to other bots would be the affiliate program. Being able to earn 5% across 3 referral levels, no upfront cost is quite a bit different than most programs. We capped the affiliate program at 15%. And the reason why we did this is because this is a real product. We need most of the funds to go to the company to invest in the product to stay competitive. I think that is powerful. We've all been a part of programs where maybe the affiliates had too much of their hands in the cookie jar and the product wasn't sustainable or successful. This bot was built to be consistent and conservative and make its earnings with the consistencies of growth every month. For example, Kev, the bot's not trying to be the number one trader in the world. All it's trying to do is make sure every month it's consistently growing so you guys can stack your successes on top of each other and build some trust within the bot. I think that is some of the key features that sets us apart.
Okay, so just expanding on that last bit that you've covered there, Dorian, can I add to that? Am I correct in saying this, that it almost gives every member the opportunity to start off something in a small manner? You don't have to put, we listened to the podcast and it mentioned $250 or TRX, worth for trading, and then possibly another 150 for, reserves, if you like. That doesn't have to be the case if you look into building a small network as well. Am I correct? Members can start off small and build on that?
People can start with zero. They can start this program with nothing and use the affiliate program to build the resources to start the bot. And they can scale the bot up proportionately. So really, I think it's the bot is free. I mean, like, you can literally start this thing with zero, build a network, and have the bot making your money while your network stacking on your money, and all of it scalable.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And the other thing that really sticks out for me is that the bot can only use what you give it the permission to use. That's fantastic. It can't take any assets and any funds from your wallet that you haven't authorized it to do so. Okay, Dorian, moving on, we have Miss Moody in the chat in the Zoom call, and her question to you is this: does the bot deposit into the wallet after the trade?
I love that. That's another great question. There is no wallet for the bot to deposit your earnings in. Your earnings are inside your Coinbase or Binance wallet real time. So when you log into your Coinbase or Binance wallet real time, you can see the trades, you can see the profitable trades and the gains, and it's in your account instantly. There's nothing to withdraw, there's nothing to add, it's just in your account. Now, as far as commissions go, commissions will drop into the wallet of your choice on the 1st and the 15th of every month.
Okay, so that's twice a month pay for the affiliates, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hopefully that's we're getting questions coming in now. Let me go back. Hopefully that's answered your question there, Miss Moody. Okay, Bernice has got a question. So how will Capital benefit from this program? I do believe she means from the affiliate program. How will the project benefit?
The project will benefit from the consistent successful trades and our ability as a group that gets the beta test to get our affiliate links out. If the project, think of it like this, Bernice, we control the growth of this project for the first 90 days before the actual launch. We have a goal to get our affiliate links out and people to try the bot, and it's successful. If we do that mission, the minimum mission of getting our affiliate out and people try the bot, and the bot is actually successful, then the world would be our oyster. The world would be coming into Tr8de.ai, trying it out, and they would be under you. That 15% that the Tr8de.ai is given to the affiliates, to me, it can sound small, but it's scalable in when you think about it. And what I mean by scalable, by the end of the year, I could see us with 25 bots. So think of this, if you're thinking creatively, you could have members using 5, 6, 7, 10 bots at a time. And if you've got 100 to 1,000 members using your affiliate link. That could be anywhere from 5,000 to 20,000 in affiliate money coming into your account, depending on the number of successful trades coming through your organization. Now, open this up to the world, and they're having, because we succeeded in getting our affiliates links out, most of the world would have to go through you. I don't know what that means for income, but it gives you an opportunity to take control of this thing and own this thing. And our group gets the first go at it. We do. We do. So you can take that as you want to take it.
Do you know that's what I've been looking at all this time that we've been talking about Tr8de.ai, Dorian. It's the opportunity that shines a light on my world. Do you know what I mean? It's not specifically the figures, it's the opportunity that it gives us in order to do whatever we want to do with it. Okay. Fantastic question there. Next one, Dr. Jesse Burns has asked, how do I get added to the Tr8de.ai in Telegram? I've shared the Telegram link in the chat there, so anybody can see that, anybody that's in the Zoom call. Another question from Byron. I'm loving this, guys. This is exactly what this call was meant to be. This is meant to answer all those burning questions that you guys have. We've got the time to answer you live and share all this information with everybody else. So these questions are not just specific for yourself, it helps other people as well. So Dorian, you ready for the next question?
I hope that I am. I'm ready.
Okay, let's fire this one at you. This one's from Byron E in the Zoom call. How are the trade fees withdrawn from the account?
That is it. Oh my God, I love that question. The Tr8de.ai does not have the ability and will not have the permission to ever withdraw money from your account, ever. And we don't want it to. We want it to keep the commissions and the trading separate. So commissions will there be a separate wallet that members, if they decide to continue to use the bot and pay for more successful trades the next month, they use a separate wallet to pay to buy those trade credits. They would use TRX coin to do that, but that's separate from the bot and the exchange that you're using. And it's important, Byron, that it's kept separate so the integrity of the bot stays clear and transparency stays clear. We do not want access to anyone's funds, and we want to keep control of those funds in your hands. So it can never be that way. So basically, you have the freedom to keep using the bot by buying successful trade credits or not. You have the power in your hands.
Okay, great answer to a great question. Dorian, I'm going to slip in one of my own questions here before I move on to the next one in the chat. Regarding security and the API key, which is vital for connecting up the Tr8de.ai bot to your own Binance or Coinbase account. So the API key is as private and as secure as our 12-word key phrase in MetaMask. Is that right? And is it something that we don't give to anyone? Is that something that is as secure as the key phrase?
Yes, that API key is very important that you don't give that out to anyone. And we want to maintain security there, and that's why we're using read-only bots. The bot can only read, it can never withdraw, and it can only read the account values and execute trades. That is it. And what you want to do with your API keys, when you get it's only for you. You cannot and you do not want to share that out with anybody. It's kind of like your security password or your key phrases that you would have in any other exchange. We know we don't share that. We keep that hidden. This is no different. You want to keep that private. Tr8de.ai is only needing read access, and they keep that very secure.
Yeah, you know what we're like, Dorian. Safety and security is our #1 priority. And, if we understand that the API key is something that is a no-no, you don't give it to anybody else, because pretty much what you'd be doing there is giving them access to your assets. So I just wanted to point that out, that, there are safety things that you've got to be responsible for yourself in order to keep this safe and secure. Okay, moving on. The next question, there's one in Telegram from Adam. I'll come to you in a second, Adam. But the next question is, now then, let me try and understand this. It says, will the free bot be available to us forever? Now, by that question, I'm presuming they mean that there won't be a monthly fee, but correct me if I'm wrong. The question reads, will the free bot be available to us forever?
I don't like using the word ever, forever in anything in this sense. 8118 Capital is the one that paid for this. I could say for today, there is no subscription fees or fees to set up this bot. There just isn't. You could set up the bot with zero cost. Could that go on forever? I guess it's going to depend on the market and the expenses for us to stay on top of the AI and as it moves in this arena. I can tell you, the company is going to have to make money and use a percentage of that money to invest in the product and stay ahead of the trends. AI is a relatively new technology to all of us on this call, and it's evolving. And we will have to evolve with it. That's the best thing I can say. So, in the technology world, when I'm learning, and I'm no scientist, I'm not that kind of guy, but I can tell you, things don't tend to. Just common sense tells me things don't tend to last forever. So this is something we want to take advantage of. We want to succeed, obviously, and we need to stay up and always keep our product to stand up on the trends to stay viable in the market. And every company has to worry about that. So forever, I don't know that I could use that word, but a good period of time, I'm willing to say that with clarity.
Yeah, and I think something that we've all considered that's been involved in the, building up of Tr8de.ai is that we're in an ever-changing market, a very fast-changing market. And I'm sure you'll confirm, Dorian, this is why the careful consideration was taken into consideration when the affiliate fees were set at 5%, for instance, at 3 levels, because obviously everything's got to be taken into account in order to make it doable, viable, so that, to future-proof the project. As you mentioned before, if you give too many of those fees away for the affiliates, then that damages the future-proofing of the project. So yes, it's a great question, obviously. But what we want to do is, be open and transparent and say, look at the future, look at crypto, look at the crypto platform itself. Everything's changing as we unfold. It could go for the better, it could go for the worse, but obviously we're already looking into that, and trying to future-proof ourselves in the beta stage of it. Let's see how it works, and obviously we get better results once it's up and running. Am I right, Dorian?
Oh my God, yes, guys. Think of this beta phase it decides a lot for the true launch. We are in a very good position. I can't tell you. You guys get to pioneer this bot, because when we turn the bot on and it's succeeding or not, or whatever it's doing, think of this is your chance to take control, take responsibility, add to, and make better. Some of us are connected to the people that are designing this, that help put it together. So through us, we can make this bot whatever we need it to be. Now, through the size of our growth or our community through beta testing, which is my goal, we can definitely control the marketplace, and we definitely need to look at it like that. Our group gets to beta test this, so our group can basically own this thing. Not outright, but we can own the direction. And it's a challenge I've taken, and I'm excited about the challenge.
I can't disagree with you there, Dorian. I am as well. Okay, let's go over to Telegram chat now. Let's go to Adam Price's question. This is awesome. I love this one. Dorian, do the bot credits have an expiry date? If they aren't all used within the month, do we lose them?
No, that is a no. You don't. The credits do not have an expiry date. And matter of fact, we're assuming with the consistent success that we're hoping for with the bot, that some of you might have massive communities in your affiliate links. I'm assuming that. And what in order for credits not to be wasted, those of you that are using or taking advantage of the affiliate portion of this, you will be able to see which groups are using their credits, which groups have credits laying around. And the way we looked at that is the groups that might have mass credits lingering around, whether they're free or they paid for, it's probably because they need education. They're scared about something, they're confused about others, they don't know how to do something, and they need some guidance. So you guys will be able to look at that and be able to help your people not have credits just lingering, sitting there unused.
That's awesome, Dorian, because I wanted to touch base on this, You've explained it to me on a one-to-one level, but can you give the listeners and viewers a little bit more information about the possibilities for a member that has a team underneath them? What sort of things can they do in the back office? Can they contact the members underneath them should they need assistance? That's one question.
Oh my God, yes. The back office, I'm going to say it's worth millions right now in the open market, the way it's set up for you affiliates that's going to have teams. You're going to be able to contact your members. You're going to be able to see which ones are successful, which ones are not, which ones need help. And you're going to be able to set up podcasts and calls for certain groups in your membership base. And you will be able to see which ones are very successful, which ones need a push up, which ones need help. And I think that back office, you guys, I'm excited for some of you to see it and get to use it. But there's almost too much information there that, like a guy like me that's a broad thinker, I might get confused. But you've got your detailed people like Miss Moody and General Kev that will break all that down, and they will have so much work to do to analyze for you guys. It's nuts. And I can't wait for them to get a hold of it and learn from them, because I definitely will be on their calls learning from them about what this back office can do. But guys, it's great. Now, as far as the trading part, that's plug and play. A baby can do it. But the affiliates, I mean, there's so much information to look at in that back office. I love it. And we'll break that down on a later date, but it's awesome.
Excellent stuff. And like I've said to you before, Dorian, I don't mind, doing the odd tutorial video to assist members, show them the way that I've done my, back office, etc., so that they can see how this is working. There's a follow-up question to this in Telegram from Corporal Buddykins, and it's awesome. This works really well because, like you've just said, that there's the new member that's not really savvy on trading that wants to have a go, but then you've got the tech heads, the ones that they know about market trading, they're doing fairly well, but they want to use Tr8de.ai as well. Here's the burning question, and Sarah's put this in awesome at the perfect time. Is there an option for users to enable leverage trading?
You will be able to use leverage trading. Now, I am not a professional trader, so this is a gray area. I have used leverage before. The bot, if you're going to use leverage trading, you do not want to go over 5x or 10x as far as the trades, for reasons. I can explain, but again, I don't know if I should explain. Um, um, but the bot is able to use leverage, and you can. It's just if you use leverage with the bot, I would not go over 5x, 5 times.
Well, the general consensus is we don't give financial advice, and obviously we would recommend people learn about leverage themselves in order to understand what it's all about before even attempting that. The point is it available? Yes, it is. Yeah?
Yes, it's very much available. Yes.
That's awesome. So for us tech heads, we'll be able to get going, hit the floor running.
Yes. I call you guys the nerdy bunch. You
The
guys,
nerdy one. Yeah.
yeah, I'll learn from you. Yeah, but yes, the leverage is there.
Okay, Dorian, we're getting hit with these questions. This is awesome because I've still got 3 in my list that we might not have time to do. But we've got another question in the Zoom chat from Byron, and the question goes like this. Can credits be transferred to other users? That's a great question.
That is a great question, and that is something I did ask for ahead of this call, and it's not available right now, Byron. And the reason why it's not available right now is it's not in our best interest for me to move the tech team to deal with that right now because we need them focused on the launch. Okay, there's only so much time in a day, but I can tell you it's something that I'm working on having a solution for. Not me, but they are. We have a solution for it. It's just we're not ready for that yet. So the credits you get, they're for you, but they're not transferable yet.
Okay. Looking a bit deeper into that, it wouldn't stop anybody from helping somebody with some TRX tokens because that would be a basic transaction within Binance anyway. So there are ways of helping, just maybe not from within that project at the moment, correct?
At the moment.
Yeah.
And that would come later, but not right now. And yes, there would be self programs that you can do inside your group that if you, by means, you want to give somebody some tokens to be able to get some credits, I will definitely be doing that. I know General Kev will be doing that. There's a lot of people that I talk to that have that lead teams now that is in our best interest to help members out get started.
Okay, I've just had a question pop into my head, Dorian, that you might be able to help us with. Rather a strange one, but how open is Tr8de.ai to suggestions like this?
Very open. I can tell you during the beta phase, they're so open to us. We're the key right now, and I don't know how many times I could say it, but we are the key to this testing phase. So when we get it, we are getting to use this product before the world gets to use it. We are getting to change this product, add to it, say what we like, say what we don't like, and if it's within reason, if it's not crazy, if it's not trying to make jets fly to space, we can put time to it and put the tech team to it and the AI to it to make it work. We can and we should. There's things that are happening right now to solve issues that we may have in Europe. And we're at, it's a fix that we're going to provide in the next 3 to 4 days. And it's something that just came up just from questions, just from us doing meetings. So, that stuff is yours for the making. You can make this product.
That's good to know. That's good to know because it builds trust and integrity at the same time. I'll come back to that in a minute. We've got a question from Miss Moody in the chat here. It says, what is the percentage of the reserve amount that is needed? I think Miss Moody is referring to what was said in the podcast, Dorian. Do you understand that one?
I do understand that. And to explain that further, that was probably the most important part of the podcast. I'm going to just pick $100 at the moment. If you're going to start with $100, you would want a little extra than 100 in your account. So if I'm going to have the bot trade $100 at a time, I'm going to want about 150 or 200 in the account and have the bot trade 100 at a time. If I'm going to trade 250, I'm going to want at least, 350 to 500 in the account to trade 250. If I'm trading $10, I'm going to want probably $20 in the account. Kind of think of it kind of like that when you're trading.
Okay, I suppose that's to cover potential losses in the
Right.
process. Yeah.
Yes. And to
Yeah.
go further with it, let's say like the bot takes 3 losses in a row, okay, before it has 6 or 7 gains in a row. That could happen. And that's why we want people to start with 30 successful trades, because some trades will lose. It makes the account, I don't know how to say it. I need a proper way of saying it. Losses are good. If you're trading and you have no losses, your catastrophes getting ready to happen. You're over leveraged, your drawdown is big, and a lot of you non-traders not understand a word I'm saying. I'm probably getting too difficult here, but losses reset the account so your gains are maximized and your losses are minimized. So the bot will reassess risk when it puts a trade in, and it might close 3 lost trades in a row to reset before it gains 3 to 6 to 7 in a row. So you want to have that cushion to deal with that.
I would, in my opinion, I would probably estimate it as a 60-40 split, 70-30 split, whereas the 60 or the 70 is what you're trading with, and the other is your reserve.
Kind of like that. And that's scalable. Like as your account grows, you take that into account. You always keep a little extra. But that is a great question. That is something we're going to get more detailed with as we start this thing, and it's going to be something we're going to have a whole call catered to just that. So that's probably should be our next call. And we will break those numbers down in detail for you. But Miss Moody, that is a great question, and we'll have a call specifically just for that.
It is, and thank you, Miss Moody, for that great question. Okay, I've got another question for you, and there's one in the chat. We've just gone past the hour, so we'll try and keep these to the last 2, if that's okay with you, Dorian.
That's great, yes.
Okay, so we've Dr. Jesse Burns. Now, this is the burning question that everybody wants to know. Are these trades subject to taxes?
They are. Since we're using centralized accounts, you're going to have to, on your gains, you're going to have to, subject to taxable gains on all your successful, your successes, at the end of the year. So yes, you're going to have to pay taxes. Now, I'm no tax accountant. Usually I have a tax accountant on here to answer that question. I didn't see him on. I'm not qualified to answer in detail, but I can say you will have taxes on this. But it's part of the reason we set it up this way, Dr. Burns, is because we wanted our members to have control in the beginning of their accounts.
Absolutely. Okay, thanks for that question, Dr. Burns. Okay, Dorian, I've got the last question if you're ready for it.
Yes.
Again, another burning question and a very important one, I think. How does Tr8de.ai maintain transparency and trust with its community over time?
Well, that's a very good question. The trust is going to take consistency. Tr8de.ai is not here to be the best trader in the world and make the most money in the world. That's not safety. That's serious risk. What Tr8de.ai is here to do is to be consistent. To be consistent every month, be consistent where you're ahead, whether it's 5%, whether it's 4%, whether it's 10%, as long as it's ahead every month and it's consistent, okay, then that's what's going to build value. That's what's going to build trust over time. We're kind of done with the ridiculous gains by the day or by the month just to have it crash and blow up in our face, and we're walking around, looking stupid. So Tr8de.ai is going to build trust by being transparent, it taking the legal and hard way. That's why we started with Coinbase. That's why Coinbase wasn't easy. It was not easy getting Coinbase and get Binance, but it was critical to do that in the beginning because trust is important. Now, there is a tax accountant on here who is qualified to answer the last question, that question on the taxes. So, Frank, if you can unmute, I don't know if you can unmute and answer that, that would be great because I'm no accountant. Frank Capizza.
What's his name, Dorian?
His name is Frank Capizza. Frank, is your name on there?
No, I can't see it in the list.
Frank. Can't you mute? Okay. Frank, I'm trying to find you, but we don't see you. I see that you're on, but could you make your name Frank so we find you so we can unmute you? I'm looking for you, Frank. I don't see you.
No, it's not one of the iPhone connections, is he?
He's going to be one of the iPhones. Frank, what you have to do is click on your phone's going to say iPhone, and then you just click on it and change your name. I see one that says iPhone 11 and one.
I think that's Frank's iPhone 11.
Okay, let's unmute iPhone 11.
Okay, I've just asked iPhone 11 to unmute, so let's see if that's Frank.
Frank, we just asked you to unmute.
No.
That's him too. Maybe it's iPhone.
Yeah, no response from that one.
Okay. Well, Frank, we can't find you, bro. I'll have to walk you through it another day. No worries, Frank.
Okay, we can make that another call, no worries.
All right. Well, we don't want this to go too much further than an hour, Mr. General Kev. So let's make that the last question.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, sir. That's my last question for this evening. And we've had a really good list of questions there. I'm really pleased with the feedback from the community, aren't you?
I am pleased. These were great questions, and these questions help bring clarity and understanding, and everybody everybody needs these questions are good for everybody.
And don't forget, guys, the Telegram group's there 24/7. Even if you have questions after we've finished the call, go into the Telegram group, ask in there. There's always somebody available to help you along.
Okay, and General Kev, can you put the link in the chat here?
Is that for the Telegram group?
The Telegram group, yes, sir.
Sure.
Or is it in there? Oh.
I certainly will, sir. Okay.
I think it's there. And then when we close this up, I'll just leave it there for Dr. Burns. Go ahead and check it and get on there.
There we go. There
you go. All right, guys. This is it. Mari, you can turn off the YouTube.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, bro.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. Super call.
It was good. It was good, General Kev. The questions were focused and